Welcome once more. In our last session that lasted for 4 minutes, 10 seconds, we read through text 1, which was the amazing Amazon. Today, we are going to analyze or annotate the Amazon. That is text 1. Now, in our first text, we have the introduction. Introduction. When I talk about the introduction, we are talking about the structure. Structure simply means what a text is made of. In this text, we see number 1, the introduction. Number 2, we can see the amazing Amazon is the heading. Heading. Then we can also see the paragraphs. Number 4, we can see the subheading. We have the amazing Amazon, then food and farming, then we have details about food and farming. After that, we have fascinating facts. We have details about the fascinating facts. Then we have the breeded animals. Details are written down. Then lastly, we have protect our rainforest. Those are the subheadings. Number 5, we have the picture. We have a picture of a crocodile drawn down there. That is the structure. What can we see with our naked eyes without having to read through? We can see the introduction, the heading, the paragraph, subheading, picture. Let's visit them one by one. The introduction. Let's read the sentence on the introduction. Our world is such a beautiful place to live in. There are some fascinating places to find out about, starting with. Now, the introduction is creating awareness of what we are going to read about. The introduction is creating awareness of what we are going to read about. What are we going to read about? The fascinating places in the world. So the writer has used an introduction to create awareness of what the reader is going to read about, which is the fascinating places in the world. So we say the writer has used an introduction to create awareness of what the reader is going to read about. That is fascinating places in the world. Fascinating places in the world. in the world. That is it for the introduction. Next, we go to the heading. Our heading is the amazing Amazon. The amazing Amazon. That is our heading. The amazing Amazon. 2. The heading. The heading tells the reader, tells the reader what the text is all about. In this case, our text is about the amazing Amazon. Let's look at the title furthermore. The amazing Amazon. The title is in bold letters. Not the title, the heading. The heading is in bold letters. The reason why the writer has put the heading in bold letters is to attract the attention of the reader, to make the heading to stand out and attract the attention of the reader. So we go on and say the heading is in bold letters. To make it to stand out and attract the attention of the reader. That is it on our second thing on structure. Third, we have the paragraphs. Paragraphs, number 3. Let me start this way. 3. The writer has used the paragraph to organize the text and make it easy for the reader to follow. The writer has used the paragraph to organize the text and make it easy for the reader to follow. So say the writer has used paragraphs to organize the text and make it easy for the reader to follow. Thank you. We'll move a bit fast because I don't want to bore you by dragging. We have the subheading. Why has the writer used the subheading? Under every subheading, there is information about that subheading. The subheading has been used to show the reader what they are reading about. The subheading has been used to show the reader what they are reading about. So we say the writer has used subheadings to show the reader what they are reading about. What they are reading, what they are reading about. What they are reading about. Lastly, we look at the pictures. Pictures. Why do you think the picture has been used? Look at the picture first of all. Why do you think the picture has been used? This picture is showing one of the animals that live in the Amazon, and it's mentioned as one of the dreaded demons, meaning it's showing one of the most dangerous animals in the Amazon. Now, why has the writer used the picture? Number one, to show evidence of one of the animals that lives in the Amazon. Number two, to ignite the imagination of the reader so that they can think about how other animals in the Amazon might look like. Let's go back to the picture. So we say the writer has used pictures to show evidence of one of the dreaded animals that live in the Amazon. We have other things we can see, like the bulletin. Bulletin is just to direct the reader or show them what they are reading on. To make a list can also be used to make a list of what the reader is talking about, especially when the reader has who has more than one things to talk about. That is it on the structure. I want us to go through formulation of questions. How are we able to formulate? To formulate just means coming up with something, originating with something. How are we able to formulate questions from the text? Allow me to go through it as fast as possible with sample questions. So we'll go through, I'll write the questions on the board, and you can always revisit, try to give it your approach.